valuable lesson. Sometimes you just can't beat the person who never gives up. Josh Allen, beat up, battered, bruised, but in the end, he and the Bills were inevitable, and the reigning MVP leads his squad to victory over the Jags by the score of 27-24. As we welcome you back to the State Farm postgame show, James Brown. Coming up next, folks, catch the second round of the 2025-26 FIA Formula E season and tune into Formula E, Hankook, Mexico City, E-Prix. Again, that's coming up next right here on CBS. Meanwhile, back inside of Studio 43 alongside Coach and Nate. Nate, you played Nostradamus again. Coming off of the two games from last night, you said this is the best drama on TV.
No doubt. They win the Golden Globe for the best drama in football, and that is the wild card weekend games. What a fantastic finish. Give credit to the Buffalo Bills on the road in Jacksonville, and then also playing big in the moments that matter the most. Josh Allen saying, listen, if anybody is going to go out there and win this game, it's going to be me. I'm going to make the throws. If you need to put it in my hand for the quarterback sneaks, you can give it to me. I'm going to deliver us out of what was at times certain rhythm issues in that offense. But Josh Allen showed up like usual, Coach.
He showed up, and you talk about beating in the first half of that game. We saw him multiple times getting up and shaking his head and just continue to be resilient. I mean, I think that's the one word I would say about Josh Allen and these Buffalo Bills. And you think about what Josh Allen did again with all the hits he's had. He had 1 sack. He had 0 turnovers, 0 interceptions, 5 first downs rushing, with 273 yards passing, and again, 28 of 35, 3 touchdowns on a whole. Josh Allen, again, you look at this thing on paper. There's one metric you cannot take advantage, you cannot measure, and that is the will of Josh Allen.
No doubt about it. Check it out on the fake screen, pump fake. This is all in the fourth quarter. Hits Dalton Kincaid for the touchdown. Watch him take this shot right here. Boom! Takes a big hit and then finds Brandon Cooks right inside the seam right there. And this was that quarterback sneak where it looks like he's getting carried into the end zone, and then he was stopped just shy. His bottom touches inches away from the goal line. They say, you know what, let's run it back and give it to our QB. And, Coach, I was talking to you. You said, listen, if I have a 4th and inches, I have any type of short distance, I'm going to put the ball in the best player's hands, and they did that with Josh Allen.
Yeah, they did. I thought that last one, we talked about this, I almost thought that they may have scored too soon, to give Cam Little's leg, given a scenario there. I'm not so sure I wouldn't have gone down to a knee in hindsight again.
Milk the clock just a little bit.
Just before, and use up some of that clock, because you know you have 3 downs to get back in. But in the end, I'll give this up. You're talking about a team that was losing player after player on both sides of the ball, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if they had any defensive backs left to be able to play.
Yet they still showed up. Shout out to that defense.
This team, again, Sean McDermott and this team and Josh Allen, they exemplify a sense of resiliency, a sense of determination. And again, they're doing what they have to do. It's very much a team thing. Khalil Shakir, he steps up. He has 12 catches for 82 yards. So everyone, 9 different receivers he hit right now.
Yeah.
It's a very selfless team. Next person up, they take that to the next level.
Yeah, just think about that last play on defense.
Yeah.
You got 2 DBs draped all over with Jacoby Myers, who Trevor Lawrence is looking for, which is like his security blanket, has been all season long, in tremendous coverage, getting the ball tipped in the air. Safety comes in, catches the rock. I mean, that right there pretty much exemplifies what this defense is. Next man up mentality, and that next man is going to be up to make the big play.
And Tre'Davious White, near the end of his career, he's had multiple
left and
injuries.
came back.
And he came back and probably had one of his best games as he's ever had. Again, coming back to finish his career as a Buffalo Bill.
Tipping that ball right there, saved the game.
Yeah, and so, you know, I don't know how many players are going to have ready for this next game they have to play.
But does it matter with the Buffalo Bills?
No, they go
the way that McDermott prepares these guys?
There's this one guy you got to make sure that he's okay, and that's going to be Josh Allen. He gets back out there. And James Cook as well. And, you know, again, this was a game that was very much, to me, I kind of like epitomized what the Buffalo Bills have been about. We have all the questions about their run defense, and yes, that showed its head today. They got no really big players on the outside and receiver-wise, but you also had Dalton Kincaid. Makes a couple big plays near the end of that game. And to me, it's just Josh Allen's just going to throw it to the open guy. It's a very selfless team.
So, hey, folks, coming up next game is 4:30 p.m. on Fox. Of course, it will be a mean one indeed. The Philadelphia Eagles will certainly be on display against the Chargers. That ought to be one whale of a matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I think you think about this game right here. Eric Williams, they will be playing right now for the San Francisco 49ers, and that's a big, big get. That's our left tackle.
Trent Williams?
Trent Williams, yes.
Yeah, by the way, I'm sorry, that meant 49ers. Got
and Lane Johnson is not playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. So the two important tackles for the
Two important pieces in the trenches.
Big time. So it's like Trent Williams back is really, really huge for the San Francisco 49ers. We talked about this earlier, and Matt was here. You know, you talk about Kyle Shanahan. He had a very bad outing the last time. You talk about his last game that they played against Seattle. I can't see them having another one of those games. But again, the Philadelphia Eagles, they get back, and you're talking about...
How about that D coordinator, Coach?
Oh, hey.
Fangio.
And he's got his numbers. So,
yeah.
I mean, listen, I mean, Saquon Barkley, the running game, and we know what happens with Jalen Hurts when he gets into the playoffs.
Yeah, this is the ultimate chess match when you're talking about Fangio versus Kyle Shanahan, and we're going to see exactly how they play each other. Probably be a little bit of a filling out period in that first quarter, but they'll definitely have some things dialed up. They want to pressure Brock Purdy, make him uncomfortable in the pocket, and also try to flush him out that pocket. But you mentioned Saquon Barkley. Listen, there was a lot to be made about this offense, the Philadelphia Eagles, all season long. You know, who are they? Can they run the ball? Why isn't Saquon Barkley having the same season that he had last year? Who cares? One, they're in the tournament. They're in the postseason. Secondly, I think the fact that they proved that they could throw the ball downfield and score with the best of them in the air, that just proves that they have that duality. So it's almost scarier for the simple fact that Jalen Hurts, at his luxury, can go, you know what, we'll light up the skies with our wide receivers and tight ends. Or if they give us what we need, what look we want, I can hand it off to one of the best running backs in the season. I can care less if Saquon didn't live up to the same type of numbers he did the previous season, because I know in the postseason he could easily be the best back in it.
Think about these playoffs. I'm talking about this game, San Francisco and the Philadelphia Eagles, what it has to live up to. We've had 3 games. We've had 3 legendary drives. Let's start with Matthew Stafford, who's going to be down by 4 with 2:39 to go. This is Caleb Williams right here. You're going to see this big play right here. He leads a drive down by 366 yards to win that game. And then Josh Allen right there, you're going to be 403. He got the ball, went 66 yards for that game-winning drive. We had 3 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. Stafford, Caleb Williams, and then Josh Allen. You're talking about careers being legendary. You do it in the playoffs. These 3 guys took their team when they were down and took them right down the field and get game-winning scores in the fourth quarter of these games. 9
fourth-quarter lead changes. 3 games separated by 10 points.
Yeah.
You want to talk about games coming down to the wire. And then it also points to what we talk about often. One, deciding to take points or go for it on fourth and lean on your defense. And then also, when you choose to flip the field and play the field position game. That's key, Coach.
And I think you get into the playoffs, the one thing you have to be able to do is trust your team. Trust your offense, trust your defense. You're going to win a championship based on all 3 of those elements being there, playing at the highest levels. And how can you do that? By trusting them. It means maybe you punt, maybe you take the field goal and take the points when they're there. I think in the postseason, you do play it a little bit differently than the regular season because you know what? There's no next week. And I think that's the thing you have to think about when you're getting the playoffs.
Shout out to the Buffalo Bills and their fan base. I was wrong on this one. I thought it was Jacksonville.
I might have to have this game
played
in the protest. I know we've talked about Josh Allen being Superman. And, folks, we have a big-time wild-card matchup coming up. And joining us live from Jacksonville, where they will be calling today's action, our friends Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Hello, Jim.
Hello, friends. I just want to say off the top here to Matt, we're going to miss you, man. We're so proud of what you've done in your 3 years at CBS. Everybody raves about you, your class, your integrity, your preparation. Good for the Atlanta Falcons. They know what they're doing. You're going to be great, but we're going to miss you big time.
I'm excited about it, Matt. Proud of you, buddy. Go get it. It's going to be fun to go do an Atlanta game here soon.
That's right. So get down to our stadium. Come call a game.
Yeah, that's a deal. Love to. And I know you'll get things rolling. We'll be there many times, I'm guessing, in the future. Tony, this game with these 2 quarterbacks, Josh Allen gets so much attention, but what Trevor Lawrence did over this second half of the season, pretty amazing. They've won 8 straight coming into this game.
It reminded me of Josh Allen from last year when he won the MVP. I mean, the way Trevor Lawrence has played has been outstanding, as well as anyone in the National Football League. This is going to be an incredible game. I think you got a team who's very complete in Jacksonville, but you've got the best quarterback maybe in the playoffs coming in. This is a matchup I want to be at.
I know. We're both excited about this matchup. Just a quick thought about the kickers. Tony. So much attention to the Cam Little. He's got that super leg. Matt Prater's had a quad injury. We've watched him warm up. He's going to be good to go. This is one of those games that could come down to one of those two.
I think you're exactly right. I mean, I expect a close game here because you got a complete team who I didn't see many weaknesses in when you watch the tape all week in Jacksonville. Then you got the best quarterback who has a running game. It's just like, whoa, this is a lot. But it's going to come down to possibly a kicker. And we saw last night's game in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, that game was about kicking in a lot of ways. So today, whichever kicker actually kicks the best might win this game.
Here, finally.
JB?
All right, Jim and Tony, let's talk about these two coaches. Two different paths. You have McDermott, who is focused on kind of rewriting the narrative of what we know about this recent Buffalo Bills squad. And then on the other side, Liam Cohen, who has done a fantastic job with his young squad. What are you seeing from these two coaches?
Well, you got Liam Cohen has done a remarkable job. Such a turnaround here from 13 losses to 13 wins. And his team definitely has, you know, it's one of those cliches in sports, the disrespect, the chip on the shoulder.